O'Neill, 2 L's. I serve the SGC under a General Hammond.
We're explorers. You see, we're from another planet.
The unstable vortex of a forming wormhole. Kawoosh.
Indeed.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a sort of bonus episode. This is something we haven't done before, but last week we got a surprise announcement that Prime Video is making another Stargate show. There's not a lot out there, but
when you told me for the first time, I thought, I don't know, it just didn't register for some reason. I'm like, that's nice. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Like, do people even still know what Stargate is?
that is the question. Like on one side, I'm like, finally, because they've been sitting on this property for years now without doing anything with it. Because I think so this will be the 6th series with the title Stargate.
Okay.
We have SG-1, Atlantis, we have Universe. There was an animated show, Infinity, which we haven't watched. And then we had a short web series when they tried to launch a streaming channel solely on Stargate content. I watched it on YouTube. It's not very good. It's also very low budget. So that is 5. So this will be number 6. And it will be in continuity.
Okay.
So with this short explanation, what do you hope they will do with it?
I hope they don't make it too convoluted that it can't attract new fans. I hope they keep it to the basic essence of the show. And then secondarily, that's not how you say that. Secondly, hey, that sounds shorter. It is a very American, a very militarized show. I do hope there can be self-reflection in that, in how you deal with something that like has repercussions for an entire world, but you're just one nation making the calls and stuff.
Yeah,
they did
kind of do that in Universe, so
yes,
they
but
move
in this
away.
Current political climate, I do hope they don't just pretend nothing is going on in that genre. Thirdly, I want Sam to run the whole thing. I just want her in charge. I just want us to open up and she's like she'll be the new Hammond. That would be so awesome.
It's unclear for now what the idea is.
Well, I just said what it had to be.
But one of the things they told already is that they want to make it like something a new audience can just step into.
Okay.
So they will connect it very loosely maybe, but like you don't need to have watched everything to be able to see this, which is probably a good idea. Which is also a bonus, like they have a lot of people that worked on more than one series, so it's clearly people who know Stargate as the series we love. But some of the things they said, like, oh, it's nice we have big budgets, we can do virtually anything now with visual effects, does kind of make me antsy.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of, I think you told me all the names that were like these are the showrunners, these are the production. There were a lot of old names in there along with new, and I'm just wondering if there's not too many fingers in the pot. But we won't know that until we see it.
TV shows do tend to have a lot of producers.
Yeah, but a lot of the producers were old workers on the show, and you don't want them too heavy on you want them to advise and not drag the steering wheel.
The main thing I'm thinking, and I can't be sure, but it's gonna be made for the modern streaming era. So I'm guessing this is gonna be a short season, and it's gonna be one story instead of episodic.
Which
I can be wrong.
But if you can binge it, then it makes sense to step away from the old format.
True, but you can tell more stories in the old format, and we've seen shows that used to be episodic, tried it, and crash and burn on it. So I'm entirely
trying
sure.
to think of examples now.
Well, the one Doctor Who season that's not on the shelf over here was Flux, which tried to do a season arc.
I don't know why
and that didn't work.
You're making stuff up that doesn't
But
exist. No.
even the new Chuti seasons were way too short and overindulgent on the visual effects.
True.
There's a lot of good in there, but
Yeah.
these are factors that I'm afraid that might become a problem if they want to reboot this and go in for the action spectacle.
You might also hate me for that, but I don't really like the new Star Treks all that much. They're very heavy on action.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I love the
agree.
actors and I love the visuals, but sometimes I'm just like, this isn't Star Trek anymore.
Well,
to me.
that is kind of the point I was making, because even some of the new Star Trek series that I really like do have a writing problem, that they're either too episodic, that is just all over the place, or do have this overarching story that doesn't always work. So, and as you said, more action and visual flair instead of trying to tell a story about characters. So.
But it can also work. I mean,
Yeah.
the Terminator reboot was pretty good, the series, until they canceled it.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think a lot of people saw that, and it might have been the reason it was cancelled.
well, you have to promote stuff.
Yeah, so
That's very hypocritical of me because I also don't promote my stuff.
but yeah, okay, so that's what
Well,
we
what do
want.
you want out of? You asked me what I want out of the series, and then you made me rattle off my wish list, and you didn't say anything.
Well, I hope they can get some interesting characters in there, and I want to see different planets. I want to. So if there is an overarching theme that is the through line for the whole season, I kind of like it, but I like it if it's woven through some episodes that are very different. So I hope that it is something with a team that goes to different planets, like basically what it's supposed to be.
Well, okay, you say it has to be a team that goes to different planets.
But it could be
But-
anything. It could
yeah.
be a science team. It could be like they did interesting stuff with that. Atlantis is less military.
Okay, I changed my mind. I want what Lower Decks was to Star Trek. I want just basically the people working in the base and just nobody tells us anything.
You are
Who
laughing.
broke this?
There is an episode in SG-1 where we follow two bumbling scientists that go after while the team is
I
doing
just-
action stuff in the background. So
I
that
just-
episode is hilarious.
I want to follow Chevron guy, and I want to follow. Like, give me
It would be really nice
would be
to
funny.
see him again, even for one scene. Like, and I know it's a bit pandering, but it can work if you don't overdo it. But yeah, I want to have some interesting characters that go interesting places, and preferably more than one thing going on. And give me some more stories than one big thing. And maybe
and I don't want a freaking romance plot in there.
yeah. But it's a short season. We don't have time for that.
You would think that, but they sometimes just like to smush the Barbie dolls together, and it annoys me.
And then
That
maybe
said, I really like Jack and Sam's whole dynamic and the will they, won't they, which ends in spoilers. I mean, but you probably saw this before, but they don't. But that works really well. But I don't want romance thrown in there just for the sake of romance.
yeah, it has to make sense, and you don't need it anyway. But main thing is maybe if they go new places, I hope they can find an interesting villain or enemy or something.
All right. Also, I keep adding as long
This
as
was
it's
going to be a
maybe-
short episode.
Well, you keep asking me what I want. I want queer people in this. There's huge amounts of worlds out there. You cannot tell me that we only meet straight people. Like maybe in the 90s, when you could be like la 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 and just go to the different like we don't go to that planet because we know the queers are over there. Like I want to see queer people in this. Come on,
Yeah,
we're everywhere.
that would be a good update. So let's hope. So yeah,
Maybe Teal'c's son is back. Maybe he leads a team or something.
Yeah, but that would be too connected.
I'm
to
just
the,
wildly speculating now. I'm just having fun with it. Yeah, cut me off before this gets too
So
long.
yeah, this is there's basically nothing of information out
Yeah.
there. So we're just spouting what we would love to see. And what I can say is that if it comes out and we're still doing the podcast, we'll probably do some reaction episodes on the series as it airs, but who knows when that will be.
The thing is, while I have this long list of things I would like, also how certain franchises have been handled in the past, my bar isn't that high anymore. Just don't bring back Palpatine, and you're good. Just
Somehow the Goa'uld returned.
I mean, that at least
Well,
would
they
make
didn't
sense.
die anyway, so.
But like, just don't fuck it up. That's all. Just
Yeah,
don't fuck
that's
it
all
up.
we want.
Like, somehow Daniel returned at least makes sense because he does that a lot.
I know. Just make it good. It's simple, right? No,
No, it's not
No, it's
simple.
not simple. But yeah,
Yeah.
so these are a few of our hopes, and we'll see when it eventually, hopefully, airs. Because they announced it, so it's maybe 2 years, and then another 2 years if it ever gets renewed. So we'll see.
Yeah, usually, they announce it and then everybody forgets about it. And then, oh, right, this
And
is
then,
on.
yeah.
And then, why aren't the numbers there? Because you forgot to tell people that it was on. At least with these, you knew every year you were going to get a new.
Yeah. So yeah,
You wanted to keep this short.
I wanted to keep this short. So this is our short-ish bonus episode on the announcement that there's going to be a new Stargate series sometime. We'll see.
Or
So
not.
yeah. Get back on Monday for our regular episodes, and where we are still reviewing season 2. So we've got time. Bye.
I don't know, that depends. Do you want to do Stargate Atlantis? Do you...
We've got time.